Minnesota is on fire right now. Trump targets Somali communities. ICE raids explode overnight. Students walk out of a class screaming, "No more ICE!" Waltz melts down. A Somali activist says Minnesota would be nothing without them. And a mayor straight up tells the police to ignore immigration law. This is not normal, y'all. This is full eruption. Let's start at the beginning. Now, these are just kids. I get it. You got kids in the snow protesting nice, but only 37% of them can read at grade level. They're not learning. They're not studying. They're chanting. And this is exactly what the politicians want. Outrage without awareness. It's exactly what they want, because while students are marching, Minnesota's governor is melting down on stage.
My state are experiencing the pettiness of this administration. I always have to check myself because he brings out the worst in me. Thanksgiving night, I'm minding my own business, playing Yahtzee with my relatives, and I get a drive-by slur from him calling me seriously the R word.
Do you stand by that claim of calling Tim Walz retarded?
Yeah, I think there's something wrong with him. Absolutely, sure.
You don't
There's something wrong with Walz.
If that wouldn't be bad enough, then his failed sons add in and throw that stuff at my children. And then they pile on and start demonizing the entire community of our Somali community in Minnesota that we're incredibly proud of. There's some people that just really rub Donald Trump the wrong way. I'm pretty much guessing it's people who are smart, people who other people like, people who are fit. Yes, I'm paid. So this is the first White House that hasn't had a pet in it, and that tells me all I need to know, because dogs, cats, and kids know when you're a good guy or not, so I'm sure they're keeping all those things away from the White House. But
now, if you're gonna dish it, you should be able to take it. These Democrats be whining, man, but be the first one to call you out of your name. Now, Walz isn't talking about the billion-dollar fraud investigations. He's talking about Yahtzee and his feelings. That's what we're doing. But I want you to notice how he instantly shifts the blame away from the Somali networks and toward Trump. Y'all seen that? So this is scripted emotional damage control, if you will. And Trump, he responded the only way Trump responds, all right? By turning the volume up to 100%.
Do we have any individuals from Somalia in the group? Please raise your hand. That's for Minnesota, you know. That's called the Great Big Minnesota Scam with one of the dumbest governors ever in history. I love this Ilhan Omar, whatever the hell her name is, with the little turban. I love her. She comes in, there's nothing but bitch. She's always complaining. She comes from a country where, I mean, it's considered about the worst country in the world, right? They have no military, they have no nothing, they have no parliament. They don't know what the hell the word parliament means. They have nothing, they have no police. They police themselves, they kill each other all the time. I love it. She comes to our country and she's always complaining about the Constitution allows me to do this. We ought to get her the hell out. She married her brother in order to get in, right? She married her brother. Can you imagine if Donald Trump married his sister? Beautiful. She's a beautiful person. If I married my sister to get my citizenship, do you think I'd last for about 2 hours, or would it be something less than that? She married her brother to get in. Therefore, she's here illegally. She should get the hell out. Throw her the hell out. She does nothing but complain.
Oh, my gosh. This is why I voted for Trump, man. My guy, he's a Gemini, too. I found that out. I didn't even know that. We share Gemini, zodiacs. Come on. That's probably why, I relate to him a lot. No, I ain't him, but he goes straight for Ilhan, like straight for immigration fraud, straight for Minnesota's Somali political motive, or machine rather. Love or hate him, that was the spark that lit the fuse. And you saw the response. So I say that because one of Somali activists took the mic and said Minnesota would be nothing without them.
First things first, I'm actually so shocked that Trump is attacking us. I think Trump should be thanking us in multiple ways, and I'm going to explain. First things first, I think we are a good example of what the American dream can look like. Like Somali-Americans, and it's making me sad and it's funny. Like I know Somali people are very funny. We're like the class clan who also happens to be valedictorian. Somalis in Minnesota are so successful. I take multiple trips a year to Minnesota and I leave so inspired. You have Somali-owned law firms, Somali-owned pharmacies, Somali-owned everything you can think of, and it's so inspiring to see that what my community could do in just 30 years. Literally, we came to this country not speaking English, not knowing anything. We're Black, Muslim, we're immigrant, and we're able to be that successful. It should be really applauded. Like, I need Trump to stand up and applaud for us because it's shocking. Literally, my friend just moved to Minnesota and she was telling me how when she gave birth, it was an all Somali staff. Her midwife was Somali, her doctors were Somali, her nurses were Somali. Like, that is so beautiful to see and it should be celebrated, okay? Second of all, Trump, you should be thanking my people for giving a random Midwestern state that much clout and money. Like, I don't think, other than Chicago, I think Minnesota is really popping when it comes to tourism because of Somali-Americans like me, okay? So you should be thanking us because Minnesota would have been nothing if Somalis didn't move there. Like, if we're being honest, like, we have made that state pop and we have made it beautiful for the rest of the world. So you should thank us, and if you want, you can donate Minnesota to the great country of Somalia. Like, I think it's a nice trade-off. And last but not least, I'm so happy that people are discovering how funny, witty Somali people are. We're very confident. And although Trump said what he had to say, like, I want him to know, Yani, like, it didn't even, like, bother. Like, it didn't do anything to our confidence. We've heard everything you've said before. People always make fun of Somalia, da-da-da. But I still think I'm better than everyone. Like, God has made me Somali Muhammad. Like, I'm okay. I'm okay. On top of that, I'm Somali-American, broski. Like, I'm winning on both sides. But yeah, it's just nice to see that everyone's realizing Somali people are very funny, very confident. And that's never going to change. It has not changed since colonial days, baby boy. And it's not going to change because somebody right now decided to make fun of us. We're actually winning the war, so. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
This is the entitlement Democrats created. This is what happens when a political party treats one community as untouchable. No matter how much fraud they discover, no matter how much crime is discovered, no matter how much taxpayer money they see disappear, this is the side they're going to stand on. She's not just defending the community. She's telling Minnesotans, we run this state. That's what I just heard. And Democrats enable it by never saying a word because they need this voter block. While Democrats are busy pandering, I want you to see what's happening in the streets.
Here is his documents! He is a U.S. citizen! He is a U.S. citizen! Please touch him out! He's a U.S. citizen! Look at his documents! You are not authorized! This is not authorized! It is not authorized! He's a U.S. citizen! Stop! You see what got this? They just abducted him. He's a U.S. citizen. Here is his documents.
So ICE detains a man while crowd screams he's a citizen. I wanted to go and make sure I let y'all know what y'all was just. Why is my camera extra blurry today? Like, extra blurry. I got to keep right in front of it. But this is the Democrat policy in real time. The sanctuary laws created the confusion. Their lax ID verification created these cases. Their protection of fraud networks created this distrust. Then you got the crowd here screaming, he's a citizen. He's a citizen. Yeah, that crowd is exactly what happens when Democrats convince entire communities that they're immune from enforcement. ICE is doing its job. Democrats are the ones who told people the rules don't apply to them. And the Democrat officials doubled down on that message.
My St. Louis Park residents, and to really anybody who lives in the Twin Cities area, as we're getting reports that ICE is coming, that they're being deployed, know this, that St. Louis Park Police Department does not enforce immigration laws. They have not. It has been a long-standing policy for us. My St. Louis Park residents, and to really anybody who lives in the Twin Cities area, as we're getting reports that ICE is coming, that they're being deployed, know this, that St. Louis Park Police Department does not enforce immigration laws. They have not. It has been a long-standing policy for us.
Oh, my bad. I think I let that play twice. My fault, y'all. But this is Mayor Nadia Mohammed saying police won't work with ICE. I said Democrat mayor, elected almost entirely by the Somali voting bloc, openly tells the city, we don't follow federal law. We protect our own. Sanctuary cities exist for one purpose. I'm trying to figure out the best way to put it. I was getting ready to say something I'm supposed to say. Shield Democrat aligned immigrant groups from accountability, even when there's evidence of fraud, even when there's evidence of trafficking rings, or any sort of illegal activity. This is not leadership. It's political favoritism. And Elon Musk, sums it up better than any politician, is doing right now.
When people say like this is fake, I'm like, actually, well, let's look at, Ilhan Omar, who was voted into Congress by, a large group of people from Somalia who are in Minnesota, which is really far from Somalia. Or Mamdani, who was voted to be mayor, but by a majority of people who are not born in America. That's my understanding, at least. And then California is a big time situation. So I don't know. We just don't want to turn into a communist hellhole, basically.
Elon is saying what Democrats refuse to admit. They have built entire political careers on ethnic bloc voting. Now, results. They don't care about Minnesota communities. They care about votes. And when those votes come from overwhelmingly immigrant populations, they will burn the entire state down before they ever had, sit there and risk losing that power. That's why Minnesota is erupting, not because of ICE, not because of Trump, not because of racism, but because Democrats built the system they can no longer control. Shame on you. Every part of this chaos, traces back to one thing. Democrat leadership choosing political power over public safety. You don't think I'm playing? School collapsing, fraud skyrocketing. You got ICE being overwhelmed daily. Lives are being threatened on a regular basis. You got mayors out here deliberately, loudly, boastfully ignoring the law. See these communities clashing. And Trump is doing what Trump always did, call the media out. Minnesota isn't erupting because of Trump. Minnesota is erupting because Democrats set the fuse, lit it, and walked away. That's what happened. Now, if you made it to the end of this video, let me see what I don't even have a word. Wow, I'm really stuck here. I'm really stuck. I don't have nothing. Put. You're cooked, Walz. I couldn't come up with nothing. Sometimes y'all see at the end of my video, sometimes they come, other times it's just like, sometimes I'll play on the last few words that were said. Yeah, my mind went poof. Y'all be safe. Go check on a friend today. You can quite literally be safe now. And that's why I love y'all, because y'all let me be me.